What up, everybody? This is Fiery Fire, and welcome back as we're tuning into the Pandora versus Asians TWLD match this past weekend, and we're focusing on Mithro for the moment, just because Mithro has been surprisingly destroying teams by himself this season, and it's been fun to watch him, fun to cast, and fun to just kind of see him go 1-on-4, get out alive. Reminds me of back in the day when, like, you know, things were intense and stuff. Especially he's been able to go for, unfortunately there he gets picked off by Zagas, but we're going to definitely go with the Mithro cam on this one, and kind of just pan out with some other people who are getting hot. And at this point he is 9-6, and so the record speaks for himself. We're going to definitely just follow, you know, whoever's the hottest at the moment, and just because that's what kind of people want to see. Because most of the time, you know, the ones who are on fire are taking the most risks, or, you know, shooting the best, and you want to see kills and deaths and not people just kind of running and straying around. But so Sir Spider takes out Wage in the process. With that being said, Mithro going down, and, you know, just definitely one of my favorite warbirds this season. Takes out MITB at the same process. Dodges right there. Good job right there. Stops on a dime, avoids the death and the stray. Regroups back with his team 10-6 at this point, and Sir Spider along with 5-2. So good job for Sir Spider for supporting Mithro, being a secondary, you know, keeping the deaths low and the kills high, be very efficient. And Agent's not doing too well, and, you know, Zagas 2-5, and, you know, MITB with the worst number of deaths, 5-7 at this point. So hopefully they can kind of rally back and just get back in this game. They're only down by 6, and they do have the talent to stage a comeback. Although Zyphon isn't on the squad anymore, but you know they can still manage with the other players. Mithro going across, trading there, 12-7. And looks at Orange. Oh, almost picks up Orange in the same process. The rest of his teammates catch up. Oops, going down, flanking him below with the process. So Mithro, let's see what he can do. Let's see if he can maybe bridge the 20 kill mark this game, just because it's only 25-19. There is still 24 minutes to go, and he does have 12 kills already. With the next closest competitor in the aspect would be 6 kills by Sir Spider. So Sir Spider doing a good job again. You know, 6-2. So definitely, you know, holding his own weight, and some of his other teammates who have been as lucky and, you know, skilled enough to avoid the deaths. But it doesn't matter. But because at this point, MITB though picking off money, and Mithro trying to see what he can do, scoping around and going down. So, you know, we're definitely just focus on Mithro at this point, see what he can do, and hopefully we can have a great game to cast, just like with all the other casts. So definitely looking forward to playoffs coming up, because, you know, that's when we can start to see teams actually try and, you know, try to have the starters come up, show up for once in their lives. And, you know, it's going to be more action, more skill involved, and people will definitely be a lot more conservative at first, but usually those games tend to break apart after the 15-minute mark or so, you know, into the game. You know, the first couple of minutes, seconds, everyone's too timid. They don't want to be the first one in, because at that point, you know, first one in, like a war, first one in, usually the first one to die. And in playoffs, you know, you want to stay alive till the very last second, because it's going to come down to one of those situations. And also players who kind of like step through in the clutch in those situations as well can make a name for themselves. You know, it's, you know, definitely a great way. It doesn't really matter what you do in the regular season. Kind of just focuses on what you do in playoffs. You know, unless you're, you know, destroying it in the playoffs or regular season, but your team's failing to support you in the playoffs, then that's a different story. But yeah, so excited to definitely see the TWLD series, and it's gonna be between you know, a couple of teams, in my opinion. Mithro dying to Waze there, getting caught out of position for too long in no man's land roaming. He needs to get back what he does best, which is basically just, you know, get his teammates together and just kind of rush in as a team and just kind of carrying the torch with everything, and, you know, kind of setting up assists or kills or lures, dodges, whatever. So we'll see what happens with Wage. Oh, and then gets picked up by Hascone again. So 2 quick deaths in a couple of seconds, 12-9. So but gets able to take out Orange at the same time. So 13-9. Sir Spider doing work at this point. Sir Spider's 8-2. So, you know, he's definitely picking up the slack. 24. Actually, no, 29, 26. So surprisingly, Asians, you know, clawing back to this slowly. You know, they're only down by 4 at this point. So, you know, if miracles can happen, and we see, you know, like Jews convert to Christianity, if that shit can happen, then, you know, this stuff can happen too. So hopefully Asians can come back and mount the comeback. You know, want to see. I don't know if this win will affect their rankings in terms of TWLD. I think it will, because, you know, they are like a borderline playoff team. So we'll see how they can go. You know, it's always good to see new teams come in and definitely make an impact. As I say that, Sir Spider dies there, so not too good for that. He does still have a really good pristine record, so we're going to switch over to Sir Spider for the rest of the match, as, you know, Mithro's gone from the game. and see how well his accuracy is. He's 9-4 at the moment, but you want to see new squads incoming, see if they can make an impact in playoffs, just because that means it provides hope. Kind of like Chris Moneymaker for poker back in 2003. That kind of opened the bridges for a lot of other newbie poker players to kind of flood into the game, and that's why you see $7 to $8 million final events. The main events. When we're back in the day, it was only $1 million or $2 million, and it's only hundreds of players, but now it's like thousands of players, and it was up to 15 or 12 million at one point. I think Joe Hashem received that. I forgot. It was a couple years ago. It's been a while. But so many new event winners now. So many new tournaments that's hard to keep track of. But definitely a big poker fan here. And yeah, so we'll see Asians, like I said, 31-33. They're crawling back into it slowly. They're actually almost tied, 33-32. So Wage doing what he can. They do have a good team, Pascone, because definitely has potential to do some damage, but unfortunately they gets picked off by Money. There's Surf Spider trying to take off and gets caught. Pascone should be able to. Oh, it does not. Lets Surf Spider run away free. But in those situations, you don't really know, what type of energy they have. So right when he spawn, you assume everyone has full lives, unless you kind of saw the death happen in that radius, and that they're low. But Pascone and Orange rounding out the left side for Agents. MIT beat Pascone and Oops and Surf Spider on the right side. Money taking out Zagas in the same process. Casket coming down and straightening off Pascone. Probably didn't see him until it was too late, but Oops, 3-on-1, can't really do much right there. So dying to Pandora as they rally up together. Mitro 14-10 wishes he could have stayed in longer. He would have definitely made a bigger impact, but I think he just thought that this game was over early on. But they didn't anticipate Asian mounting a comeback. But Surf Spider holding it down. But MITV 9-8, so Pan Money 9-7. So you're seeing some Asian players, going into the positive. Surf Spider almost taken out right there, and Cascade dodging wisely. So good job for Pandora, realizing that at this point they need to get together. They need to blow the lead up. It's only 6, and we're seeing comebacks for Asians. Back and forth, back and forth. They get so close, they can't overtake them. What they need to do is just kind of come together right now and see what happens. 34-39, take it. Surf Spider, seeing if he can take it Orange at this point, knowing that Orange is 6-7. So, Zag is going across the top, taking out Sir. So, like I said, it's getting back now down to 3-kill lead, but only by Pandora, and Oops taking that past Pascone. So, being plus 4%. Surf Spider missing on MITV. That's something that maybe he should have went for just a little bit more and waiting to the last second to shoot instead of firing prematurely. But Money, Pascone doing what he can, realizing that Surf Spider is being hot on Pandora, so representing Asians, taking the big task of trying to take out the best player. So good job for that. So let's kind of see what Pascone's been up to as we see him, every once in a while on the screen. So Surf Spider going up with Money, and Casket doing what he can with Orange, and Pandora right now blowing it up 40-40, 37 plus 7 at that point, 40-40, 38 down to 6. So back and forth, there's only the last couple of deaths. Right now they need to kind of mount a comeback, not die for like a minute. Okay, right now survival, just do what they can to survive. But I think at this point it could be too late because Casket, there we go, MITB. So another one falls and bites the dust at the point. Agents just kind of being very inconsistent. Some weeks they do well, some weeks they just kind of fall apart. But you can't really blame them because with a team like that, new players come together, any new squad, it takes a couple seasons to get the chemistry down, and especially if they want to be title contenders. So you're seeing a couple of them. MITB Orange, Zagas fall 47-40. So Surf Spider wonder to see what he has at this point, and so we're seeing a chase down. With everything said, but wanted to mention that we're going to be having $25 cash events every Sunday now for TWL for the remainder with playoffs, and definitely we're going to schedule them after playoffs in correspondence with all the other leagues and festivities going on in the off season, especially with TWD, TWEL, and a numerous amount of things. So a lot of exciting things coming up. Definitely new map changes in the works too. If some of you guys haven't realized, there's new maps for all leagues or TWD leagues right now, so you might want to check that out. Pasco do what he can, but cannot do what is designed for 5 people. 13-10 though, leading the way for Asians. Mitro 14-10 and Money 12-9. Surf Spider 11-7, and that's it for this TWLD match. So until next time, FF out.